Playing without rest is a test of will and perseverance. The Bucks and the Bulls will test all of that and more tonight. The Mega Bucks lineup for the rematch game. It's the normal lineup. Giannis and Jabari scored 54% of the Bucks' points last night in a 108-97 victory. They pulled in 52% of Milwaukee's rebounds in the game. The Bucks are 12-12 for Jason Kidd. A great performance last night to end a three-game slide. For the Bulls tonight, Rajon Rondo, Dwayne Wade, Jimmy Butler, Taj Gibson, and Robin Lopez. Fred Hoiberg has a veteran team that is trying to find chemistry, blending Dwayne Wade, Rondo, and Jimmy Butler together. The Bulls are 13-12. Marcus, last night, the Bucks came out and played with thrust at the start of the game. If they can do that again on the road, they may have something.
Well, that's got to be the formula. It's got to be push to pace, get out in transition. You got to do that by getting stops, number one. Dellavedova almost lands in my lap while I'm talking. Good evening, Matthew.
So he had a big three last night down the stretch.
Boy, didn't he ever.
Played well throughout the game. The Bulls start with the first possession tonight. Robin Lopez double teamed. Snell dropping down. And the foul called against John Henson.
Start early going to Robin Lopez inside. Give him an ISO on the right box against John Henson. And he's starting to get more and more activity as an offensive player. The twin brother of Brook Lopez of the Brooklyn Nets. Free throw shooting numbers are down this season, Jim. He's usually a pretty reliable free throw shooter, kind of mid-60s. Now he's down 15 points to about just under 65%.
He hits both here. Lopez 6 points, 6 rebounds. 3 Bulls had 6 rebounds to lead Chicago last night.
Bulls want to get back to their transition defense.
Tony Snell in his first game back at the United Center with the Bucks against his old teammates. Some of them anyway. Dwayne Wade sees 2 defenders. The Bucks trying to do that all around the perimeter whenever they can. Lopez able to get the rebound. He tries to get out of traffic. Not great spacing by the Bulls. Jimmy Butler throws it up. Lopez puts it in. He has 4.
Well, when you're going to go strong and send that center, John Henson, strong side to the basketball, you've got to make sure and get weak side box out assignments together. That wasn't a good job of boxing out Lopez in that possession. Anybody but Giannis take a foul in that situation. Hurt him under the basket.
Dellavedova throws it up, and Giannis goes and gets it. My goodness.
Makes up for it nicely on that play. Almost served as an assist to Giannis.
Giannis has scored 30 or more in back-to-back games. The last Buck to score 30-plus in 3 straight games. Mo Williams, Giannis the pick. And Butler the foul. Mo Williams in February of 2008 scored 30-plus in 3 straight games. Great shooting splits from the three-point line last night. Plus 10 in the paint. 32 assists and just 8 turnovers.
Yeah, it's a great job taking care of the basketball. Also defensive pressure. And as we saw in that last possession, getting Jimmy Butler stuck in the air. Giannis, great job rotating over, coming up with steal. Just a lot of great activity, just terrific activity. I know I'm using the word great an awful lot, but that pretty much sums up the game last night. It was just a great game to watch. I'm jumping up and down in bed watching these guys to start this game off, flying up and down the floor. And it's a fun, exciting brand of basketball that you as a player just love to participate in some action like that.
You're too young to be in bed at 7 o'clock.
Well, I'm watching the game in bed. It wasn't actually in bed, just kind of laying down in the bed. You know how it gets when you get older.
Yeah, I do.
Bed is your friend.
Yes. Cross court, Lopez. Over the top to Snell. There were some dunks last night that defied description.
Dunks and great three-point shooting. Giannis and Jabari both starting off in fuego. No hesitation, just let it fly.
He is playing so incredibly confidently right now.
Once he masters that part of the game, and he's on his way toward doing that, he's going to be virtually unstoppable as an offensive force.
Now that he's shooting the ball, I agree, he's just incredible. I don't know how you stop him. Wade missing, Lopez rebounding, shot clock reset for Rondo and the Bulls. Rajon Rondo, Giannis has it. Boy, he touches the basketball and he's headed up the court.
It's the luxury of having a 6'11" point forward.
Snell drops it for Parker. Well done.
You know, I'm loving Tony Snell more and more when he puts his head down and tries to create something off the dribble.
Wade shortens up inside the three-point line. The long rebound, Tony Snell touching.
Take a look at Tony Snell here, going to draw a couple of defenders inside. He saw what he wanted to do, saw that lane, that passing lane to Jabari Parker, and did a great job of making sure that it opened up even more for him.
It felt like he would take it to the basket in his old building, but he wisely gave it up, and the Bucks were able to score. Rondo off the floor. Taj Gibson.
Mistaken rotations. John Hinton caught out of position on that back line. Usually not that guy's fault.
The Bulls got a lot of points from their starting forwards last night. Jimmy Butler had 21. Taj Gibson 19. Dellavedova on a dribble through. He goes back to the paint for Henson, and he rolls it home.
Yeah, got a nice pass from Delly. Nice friendly bounce.
Not quite 4 minutes into the opening quarter. Robin Lopez stumbles. Parker has it. Giannis running ahead, and a foul on the pass.
And that's the attitude that you want to have. I was talking to Jason Kidd, Bucks coach, Wednesday at practice, and mentioned I'd watched the T-Wolves come back from 21 down and beat the Bulls, and he talked about it. I mean, T-Wolves just got out in transition, and so not really shocked to see the Bucks look to do the same thing when they played them last night. Even more of the same tonight on the second of a back-to-back.
Well, they did a good job on the boards, and certainly they did a good job with their defense forcing turnovers. Tony Snell, long rebound, he puts it through.
Like Tony's vibe right here early coming home to Chicago. Sometimes you can press, try and do too much, and not have an effective outing.
Jimmy Butler.
Jabari's challenge defensively. Stay in contact with Jimmy Butler.
Malcolm Brogdon off the Bucks bench. John Henson able to score again, and the Bucks have jumped out early, up 6. They led by 12 after one quarter last night, and increased that lead.
The Bucks up 7 for 9 from the field. That's 78% here early. You're not going to sustain that, but it gives you a lot of positive momentum going into the later stages of this game.
Taj Gibson scoring inside. Well, last night the Bucks forced 17 turnovers and scored 25 off those turnovers. And as you said, the three ball was prolific last night. Giannis hits one here.
Who is that guy? Going underneath the screen. That's how you are scouted to play Giannis defensively. He burns it with the three-point shot. No hesitation.
Butler sealed defensively. The Bulls go back to him, and he shoots over the double team. Lopez, and that is going to be Chicago's ball. Let's take a look at tonight's KFC bucket chart. It is actually a bucket chart from last night. Giannis Antetokounmpo with 30 points, and he had 14 rebounds, 13 of 27, 2 of 4 on threes, and he was 2 for 2 at the free throw line. A timeout with 6:24 remaining in the first quarter. We are at the United Center in Chicago, where the Bucks lead by 7. Giannis Antetokounmpo with 8 of the Bucks' 18 points in this early 7-point lead. Here's tonight's key stat brought to you by Menards. Three-point shooting, the Bucks mid-pack at 35%. Chicago last in the league, 30.5% last night. The Bucks held the Bulls under their average, 5 for 19, 26% shooting, and the Bucks were way over theirs, 11 for 20, 55%.
Well, Bulls with the worst three-point percentage, also with fewer three-point attempts than any team in the league. They make it up with offensive rebounding. They make it up in fast break points, second chance points. Their offensive rebounding, the best in the league.
They first in second chance points. Robin Lopez. Last night, second chance points favored Chicago. They had 11, the Bucks 7.
Yeah, and they do a great job points in the paint, number 9 in the league. So they're kind of playing anti-analytic basketball the way they go about things in terms of disdaining the three-point shot.
Parker powers Jimmy Butler to the basket and uses the glass.
It's like he wasn't even there. Jabari Parker goes right through. And Jimmy Butler is a strongly built young man. He's a very strongly built 6'7", 225, 230.
That's the first thing on the scouting report for Butler. Strength. Taj Gibson can't score. Parker has it. The Bucks are pushing. They're playing with thrust again tonight, and thus the lead. Teletovic, what a game he had off the bench. Here's a missing his first shot tonight. It was 3 for 5 on threes last night in Milwaukee. Rondo, tough shot. Henson gives it up for Malcolm Brogdon. Oh, what a pass. Henson maybe wasn't expecting that.
Sometimes you can be too sweet. And that's what Jabari was on that possession. But watch him against Jimmy Butler. Good patience, a little spin move off of contact, and then just jumps through the defense of Jimmy Butler for the soft kiss off the glass. Jabari Parker, high school phenom with 4 state championships here in Chicago. He's back home and feeling that energy.
Simeon Academy, a moose setting. Greg Monroe's on the court for the Bucks. Under 5 minutes to play in the first. Doug McDermott, a shooter, as you know, and he is not shy. From behind the line, that goes to the Bucks with 4:44 in the quarter.
Yeah, Doug McBuckets, as he was called in college, looking to try and shake the rap of being just a one-trick pony three-point shooter. So he's taking it to the basket a little bit more effectively, but they need his three-point shot. We talked about their lack of ability to knock down threes and take threes. He's the one guy that can get it done from that range.
They swing it around to the post. Taj Gibson, Teletovic defending. Monroe first touch. He loses it to Gibson. Barely getting that away before the 24 buzzer sounded. Now Parker works. Teletovic throwing up a 3 off the rim. Rondo quick. At 30 years old, 11 years in the NBA.
Kind of snakes his way around the defense, holds on to his dribble. I like what Jason Kidd is doing. He's putting Jabari on the floor as a primary scorer and secondary ball handler for the Bucks out here, along with Malcolm Brogdon.
Monroe, here's the whistle.
So he's staggering the playing time of Giannis and Jabari. Started together, then you kind of feature one as your offensive focal point, handling and scoring. Look at that. Simeon High School, 4-time state champion. Just achieved a legendary status, son of Sonny Parker. He threw down a massive dunk on me when he played for Golden State. I played for the Milwaukee Bucks. Things you remember, Jim. You know.
Well, I've thought about this season. Jabari, of course, playing with Giannis, and greatness is coming for both of these players. Yep. We see it every night. Sonny Parker played with some of the greatest players in NBA history as teammates over the course of his career. He can offer his son a lot of wisdom.
Well, just the fact, yeah, that he was a very credible Sonny Parker NBA player in his day. So that, in turn, is just a wealth of resource and information for Jabari to draw upon. And Sonny's done a great job in terms of just keeping his priorities straight, but not only Jabari, but the rest of his family. Giving back, education. Sonny does a great job just in terms of facilitating youngsters with his youth foundation here in Chicago.
I would suggest that the Parker family is the total package. Teletovic out of the Kumbo in traffic. He finds Monroe past the ball.
And you know what happened? Bodies were moving. Bodies were bailing out passers who were stuck in tough situations. First Giannis, and then Greg Monroe did a nice job.
Bobby Portis stumps one. Jason Terry the rebound. We're under 3 minutes, so a whistle will bring a timeout.
That's a Johnny Mac thumper right there, huh? That's a thumper if there ever was a thumper.
Giannis, little fake, finds Teletovic, and he hits the 3 ball.
And that's great ball movement, great man movement. That's great basketball. That's great basketball, Bucks. I mean, that's just a joy to behold, watching this team move the basketball like that. And not only moving the ball, but moving their bodies to the open area to present themselves for the great passing, and then to finish off the play by knocking down the bucket. That's great basketball, Jim.
Not as many dunks so far, but the lead's about the same.
We'll take it.
I said,
Such a great basketball game last night for a national TNT audience. The Bucks showed well. They jumped out to a 12-point lead after 1 quarter. They lead here by 11. One of the things that was interesting, Marcus, Giannis had 20 points in the first half, Jabari 17. That's the most combined first half points for a pair of Bucks since Monte Ellis and Mike Dunleavy in April of 2012. That was in a loss to the Knicks. So they were piling up points early last night.
Well, we've seen 2 prime high-usage guys around the league. You got Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan. I mean, there's enough shots to go around. You know, there's enough scoring to go around, especially what this team needs with no Chris Middleton. And de-emphasizing Greg Monroe's scoring inside the way they have this season. Open things up for those drives.
Dwayne Wade dribbles his way to a shot. Giannis has the rebound. He looks right, then left, has Terry on the left 3, and it comes out to Monroe, who muscles and draws the foul.
But pushing the pace, and just looking at Dwayne Wade, missed that jump shot. This is his second night of a back-to-back this season. His numbers are down 12 points a game, 28% from the field. So you've got to push that pace, make Wade, some of these other guys who played long minutes this season, have to get back in transition defense. And you know, it's a quick shot by Jason Terry, but it's a good shot because you got Greg Monroe with rebounding position underneath.
And a 3-point play. The foul was on Cristiano Felicio, his first.
You want to play fast. There are benefits to playing fast, even when you miss that first open opportunity.
McDermott missing from the corner. Monroe has the rebound. Brogdon goes to Terry. And now Malcolm will run it on the half court. Bucks moving the ball extremely well in the first quarter. Monroe wanted that one. It rolls off. Denzel Valentine, the rookie from Michigan State. 14th pick, gives it up for Felicio. Teletovic got a touch on it. The Bucks able to eventually control the ball. A little more than a minute to play in the opening quarter. Brogdon takes Portis in, throws it out, intended for Teletovic, but picked off by Valentine. He was looking for Wade. Wade takes it to the paint. Monroe the rebound.
It's normally a shot. Fresh D. Wade can finish in his sleep.
Oh, Giannis. Quick points, 10 in the first quarter for Giannis. Milwaukee leads by 16.
Good things happen if you'll run the floor tonight.
The ball knocked away from Portis on a foul by Jason Terry. Watch this.
You push it up the floor and wait for things to happen for you. What happens? Giannis is a trailer coming streaking down the middle. Jason Terry, a little pocket pass. Giannis wind me up for the finish.
The potential is crazy.
And playing this style, I think, really accentuates the abilities of this team. Not just Giannis and Jabari, but for everybody. Now you open up the spot shooting. Here's Teletovic. I mean, Jason Terry is a great guys shooting three-pointers when he can get his feet set, and get out in transition and spot up early. And Jabari, one of the premier finishers in the league. I think we can safely put that accolade on him now. That's Robin Lopez about that from last night, huh?
That was my favorite dunk of them all last night.
I think he would agree.
I thought Reggie Miller was going to fall out of his seat. I happened to be behind him and saw him on that dunk. He saw it coming. It was spectacular. He posterized Lopez.
Yeah, it comes out of transition, running the floor. And that's how you take full advantage of your athleticism. You don't have opportunities in half court.
Three-pointer, Malcolm Brogdon.
Yeah, opportunities in half court are not there like they are in full court for obvious reasons. Kind of a broken field football situation.
Marcus, the Bucks are on a 19-6 first quarter run.
Are they really? It's great basketball.
That's a big run. Wade. Ball knocked away, out of bounds by the Bucks. Half a second remaining in the quarter.
You know, offensive rebounding, the way the Bulls are struggling to knock down perimeter shots. That's how they're going to try and make hay in this game. Old Midwest saying, make hay.
Giannis up on McDermott, who's wondering why he didn't hear a whistle. He heard the buzzer. It's the end of the first quarter. The Bucks, unbelievably, are up 19 points. 7 better than their big first quarter lead last night when they hammered the Bulls in Milwaukee.
Welcome back to the United Center in Chicago, where the Bucks pick up exactly where they left off last night, up 19. The Bucks took a 19-point lead into the half last night over the Bulls and led by as many as 27. Coach Kidd said he was really pleased with how the guys took a step forward in terms of knowing how to play with a sizable lead. Of course, the last time they had a 20-point lead against Atlanta, they were unable to hold on. But last night, that was not the case, and he said that was against a good veteran Bulls team. They never panicked. Even when the Bulls cut the lead down to 8 with less than 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, the Bucks are still running their offense and hold on. And Jim, it looks like this team continues to learn from their mistakes.
Well, tonight a 19-point lead comes after 12 minutes, not 24. Both of these teams have blown 20-point leads. Butler, Miletovich touches it out for Giannis. Earlier in the week, the Bulls were up 21 against Minnesota and lost. Another young, athletic team.
Now, I want to give Jason Kidd, Joe Prunty, who does a lot of the offensive schemes for this team, a lot of credit. They've worked extremely hard this past week on spacing, on moving the basketball, sharing the basketball, creating shots for each other, helping each other get off. Now here's a basketball player, get their game going.
Another three for Mirza Teletovic. He's 2 for 4. Wade hits.
It's a tough post up. I mean, D-Wade, you know, he's a future Hall of Famer. One of the greatest in his position at all times, especially offensively.
Well, we get a whistle.
Foul call number 6, Cristiano Felicio.
Felicio with another foul. Well, just a reminder, if you happen to step away from the game, know that it is always available anywhere you go on Fox Sports Go, presented by Metro PCS. Malcolm Brogdon thought he was held on a jersey pull. That's why he couldn't get to the ball. The Milwaukee lead is 20.
He was, but it's Chicago. It's D-Wade. So the officials giving him a pass on that possession.
Jimmy Butler tries the reverse. Monroe there for the rebound with help from Teletovic.
Well, Butler was yelling at Giannis when they were shooting pregame. You're not going to get my shot tonight. So much for that. Giannis got him last night pretty good. Late in that game, one of the game-saving plays down the stretch, along with the Delhi 3 with about a minute and a half left.
And the block by Henson as well. Another three-pointer. Giannis has hit both of his attempts from behind the line tonight. He has 13 points. He's apparently trying to get to another 20-point half.
Look, no hesitation. That's a big key with Giannis. Doug McDermott backing off, giving him a cushion. Giannis just rising high and letting it fly.
Wade finishes with a 3 of his own.
Dwayne Wade historically has been a very poor three-point shooter, but this season for the Bulls, he's up around 33%, the best of his career.
Oh! Whoa! Brogdon.
Flash that. El Presidente. Deflashing the flash.
Wow. McDermott fouls up his own miss. This is a perfect time to tell you that Malcolm Brogdon will have number 15 retired at Virginia. That has been announced February 20th. He will have his number retired, the 8th Cavalier to have that honor. Ralph Sampson among the previous 7. That's a foul. Butler reaching in.
Yeah, he keeps throwing numbers. He keeps throwing down dunks like this. He might get that number retired here on this next level. A little move that Dwayne Wade caught in the face by surprise. A little left-handed jammeroo by the president.
With Marcus Johnson, Telly Hughes back at the United Center. The Bucks lead by 20 with 8:56 remaining in the second quarter.
Bucks right now with an advantage, 6-2 fast break point lead, 20-12 advantage points in the paint, and that's Milwaukee's strength, also one of the strengths of the Chicago Bulls.
Dellavedova back out there working with Giannis on the right side. He goes right at Dwayne Wade. That was late on the shot clock. Butler fights through Lopez to stay with, I should say Giannis fights through Lopez to stay with Butler. Lopez going to the left hand and Giannis out of there with it.
That's where you want him going. He's really good with that right-handed jump hook.
Jason Terry. Teletovic hustling, trying to keep it alive. Butler got it. Monroe tried to pick that off. He's still bothering people in the backcourt. Now Butler finds Wade. And that was off one of the Bucks out of bounds with 14 on the shot clock.
And the length of the Bucks bothered the Bulls. The Bull wing players, Butler and Wade, a lot last night. Similar situation happening here Friday night in Chicago.
Butler.
That length caught him in a bad way.
Teletovic off to the left. Butler running, and Taj Gibson runs before everyone can get down the court. Wade finds him.
And Teletovic was the one who shot the three-pointer, and then Taj Gibson just in an all-out sprinting rim run. Give Teletovic some assistance in terms of transition defense if you're his teammates. Great pass.
What a great look. That was not an easy pass. It was crowded. He still finds Monroe, and Giannis picks up his 5th assist.
It was crowded in the interior, and he was defended well, so he had to kind of wrap it around the on-ball defensive player to get it there.
We had a great angle on it. He had to work for that one. And he had to have confidence to do it. Lopez, right-hand hook, knocked out and up in the air by Taj Gibson. The Bucks control. Greg Monroe holds off Giannis for a moment. He said, "Don't come to me, you take it." Monroe in position for the rebound. It stays on this end with a fresh shot clock. Don't miss the rematch as the world champion Cavaliers visit Milwaukee for the last time this season. They'll take on the Bucks on Tuesday. Buy your tickets now at bucks.com/tickets to see if the Bucks can make it 2-for-2 at home against the Cavaliers.
Yeah, Rajon Rondo right in front of us as he's about to check in, yelling out the play. Trying to give some assistance defensively.
I was told by Chuck Swirsky, who does radio for the Bulls, that Rajon Rondo, in his opinion, is just an incredibly intelligent basketball player. So that fits your description. Butler from the top.
Yeah, well, great, great chess player. Almost a guy that's too smart for his own good in a lot of ways, just in terms of his expectations of coaching staff and players. A one-game suspension here for some conduct detrimental to the team.
Those guys can't get ahead of themselves. when they're ahead of people. Three-pointer, 47-26. Points and a couple from distance.
Yeah, and again, just off the dribble jump shots, pull-up jumpers. That area of his game is just improving game by game before our very eyes. You used to be able to give him a cushion and he wouldn't take the shot. Now he's been a lot more aggressive, and then that pass around the defense of 7-foot Robin Lopez, also exciting to watch.
Butler snakes through the perimeter defense. Goes to Denzel Valentine.
One of those rare breed seniors out of Michigan State. Denzel Valentine, they like him here in Chicago. Good on-ball defender, a real solid offensive basketball player.
The first Michigan State player to ever win the Associated Press National Player of the Year. Raymond Green won the NABC Player of the Year in 2012 for Michigan State.
So then I would assume, based on that Magic Johnson didn't win it and Larry Bird did, coming out the same year.
I believe you're correct.
That would have to.
Would have to be.
Yeah, it would have to be. Well, as Magic played, Larry Bird's Indiana State team 33-0 until they met Michigan State.
At least with those two particular Player of the Year awards, there are many. I'm sure Magic picked off something that year, didn't he?
I think an NBA championship, NBA Finals MVP.
Yeah.
Didn't do badly for himself.
Even in college, I think he had a few on.
Yeah, no, he's the all-time great.
14 on the shot clock, 5:16 remaining in the second quarter.
I like the discombobulation of this defense the Bucks are playing. I mean, the active hands doing a great job on the hedges off of screen and roll, nowhere to go. You know, cutting off on-ball situations on the dribble.
This defense is starting to approximate and often approximates the defense we saw in Jason Kidd's first season with Milwaukee.
But you got the personnel to play it.
Parker.
Welcome to the Parker Center. Come on into my office. Have a seat. Take this with you.
Valentine able to get it out for Butler. Tony Snell finds Dellavedova, pass ahead. Jabari Parker. Parker off the glass. He just powers through Rondo.
And that's the operative word. It looked like he was about to get cued and try and spin or do something. He's like, no, I'm just going right through him. Same premise he used against Jimmy Butler, he uses against Rajon Rondo. Use that strip that you've been gifted with.
Little short hop to Rondo. He's working with Lopez now. Shot clock at 3. Rondo's going to have to shoot it. Dellavedova looking long. He has to come to the middle. It was a tougher pass than it appeared, finding Parker with Lopez on his back. Parker kicks it out, and Tony Snell a little long on the 3 ball. Tony Snell will be called for a hold against Taj Gibson.
Another transition basket. Delly recognizes Jabari Parker's running. Rondo's back. Jabari identifies the defensive player, understands his advantage, goes right to it.
Jabari Parker in the month of December. Outstanding numbers, 22 points plus, nearly 5 rebounds, over 2 assists, and he has had 20 or more in 6 of 8 December games. 3, Rondo.
Rondo's the kind of guy, you know, he's not going to knock down a lot of those. He's struggling to knock down 3-point shots this season, but he will hit the occasional 3-pointer when he's wide open with his feet set.
He missed the game before last night in Milwaukee with an ankle problem. There are some who will tell you he's trying to shake off that injury a little bit. He looks okay tonight. Butler went down. Brook Lopez seemed worried about him for a moment to make sure he's okay, but they were more worried about having 5 Bucks down the court and 3 teammates.
Well, Giannis got to be careful. He got caught battling Taj Gibson down in the post. You see the 2 of them kind of laughing it off.
Giannis picks up his first foul. Under 3 minutes in the second quarter.
Great if he could finish his half with just 1 foul. Giannis. Here's Jason Kidd in the background. Let's go.
Parker drives all the way to the rim, kicks it out. He even got under the rim. Giannis sees Lopez. He has to back out. He'll put up the shot.
See, that was a different shot. He had that initial jumper, passed on it, and then a little bit too much thinking on the retreat dribble three-point attempt. Almost better just straight catch and shoot.
We talked about that earlier tonight. Non-hesitation. That's a non-hesitation.
That's a Ladova delivery. Try and say that 3 times fast.
53-31. Antetokounmpo with 15 points. Still 2:15 remaining in the half. Can he get to 20 again? He's done it 6 times. The Bucks up 22 with 2:15 remaining in the second quarter. They are doing it again in the first half as they did last night in Milwaukee, and they're doing it in large part with 3-point shooting. 6 for 10 markers.
Yeah, and a nice job again. And some of them are assisted, but a lot of these are like Malcolm Brogdon, just kind of created on their own, pull-up jump shots off the dribble. But the ball movement has been absolutely outstanding. Man movement even better for the Milwaukee Bucks this evening.
Time for tonight's Kia in the driver's seat. Over the last 5 games, the Bucks have been averaging 10 3-pointers made on 41% shooting. They are well on their way tonight to another 10 makes.
It was Bucks 8 for 10 at halftime last night. Bulls 1 for 9 from the 3-point line. Pretty much ball game at that stage.
McDermott chased off the 3-point line. That's always a good idea. The ball goes out of bounds, but touched by the Bucks. I'm a little concerned, just slightly. Over the last 5 games, Chicago has been under 30% on threes, averaging about 21.6%. Tonight, they're better than that. 3 of 8 at 37.5.
Yeah, but again, as long as you can chase the dangerous shooters like McDermott in that situation off the 3-point line, not a whole lot of long-range weaponry on the floor now for the Bulls, other than Greg McDermott.
Jabari Parker through McDermott.
McDermott is wearing a pair of Air Hoffas. That's an old joke, I'm sorry. That's from the 90s.
Yeah, I got it.
Concrete sneakers.
Yep. Oh, Giannis put big body on a big body. Lopez, he takes Doug McDermott, wrap around, and Lopez came all the way down after that pop by Giannis to knock it away.
Wait, look, you know, I love the unselfishness, but you almost would have wished that Giannis would have finished off the play inside himself against McDermott. But another great wraparound, and just give Robert Lopez all the credit in the world. He leads the league in contested 2-point shots, and that time got a block to boot.
Ten on the shot clock.
The ball's not sticking in anybody's hands. As soon as anybody gets it, looking to pass, looking to move, looking to Henson. Here, come on, somebody move. Take it away. Here, get it back. Here, go in and score. And one. Should have got a foul. A lot of contact by Gibson.
24 violation.
Bucks bench looking perplexed. Why that contact wasn't called, but that was a great example of ball movement, man movement, hot potato basketball.
The Bucks can be so great when they can run, and they are spectacular when they run and move the ball.
Well, sometimes pace is not about, you know, transition basketball, but it's how hard you cut and move the ball within your half-court offense. That's how you play with great pace.
Parker knocks it out. Eating up the shot clock. It's down to 13. Less than a minute to play in the second period. Another great half by the Bucks against the Bulls. Dwayne Wade. Tricky little dribble, little body fake, and he hits it.
It's classic D. Wade. He's so great at getting to the rim and makes you kind of give him a cushion defensively. He's perfected that little mid-range push shot, little floater.
Wade has 7 points. Henson throws it up and rims out. And a foul.
So Giannis going over the top of Rondo now. Not a bad aggressive play, except for the fact you would like for him to have that 1 foul going in at halftime. He's got the 2. He's got to be real careful about picking up a 3rd with just 41 seconds left.
He was 41 seconds away from having just 1. Wade. All the way, 9 points for him.
Good finish at the rim, even at 34 years old or thereabouts.
Giannis puts up a deep shot, a three ball that comes away. McDermott gives it right to Dwayne Wade. He goes back to the middle and kicks it out. Rondo's three is short. Brook Lopez, Taj Gibson. Gibson ends up with it to score.
Good offensive rebounding prowess. But this team is so good at executing inside. You saw Lopez keep it alive, and the long and lanky Taj Gibson there for the finish. You got to put a body on these guys. You can't try and jump with them. They're too long.
That's a foul. I think Gibson came down on Giannis. He did. That's his first. That's the first team foul in the final 2 minutes of the quarter. 3 seconds remaining in the period.
Giannis already 15 points, 6 assists to go along with his 4 rebounds. Nice activity by the young fella.
The Bucks will be back home on Tuesday. They'll take on the Cleveland Cavaliers at 7 o'clock. Be a part of Fear the Deer Night. You'll see the alternate court and black alternate uniforms back in action. Buy your special Fear the Deer tickets to receive an exclusive Adidas alternate player t-shirt from our Bucks Pro Shop starting at just $49. Visit bucks.com/fearthedeer to buy now. That's the end of the half. The Bucks up 56-37. An excellent half, out shooting Chicago 54% to 29%.
Yeah, and again, the pace of the game is what you have to be impressed with. Making D. Wade, Jimmy Butler, long minute guys for the Bulls have to expend a lot of energy here in the first half.
Telly Hughes is with Greg Monroe.
All right, Jim, thanks. Greg, another 19-point lead. Well, how were you guys able to pick up exactly where you left off last night?
Well, we came in doing the same things, just getting stops and running. You know, we always play better when we in transition, and also when we are in the half court, we're moving the ball. The ball's not sticking. Guys are getting good looks, easy shots.
You only played 22 minutes last night, 10 minutes in this first half, 8 points, 5 rebounds. What was the key for you being able to somewhat stay fresh?
Got a lot of easy buckets from my teammates. Just trying to do my job on the boards. You know, they probably still have too many offensive rebounds. That's probably the one thing we have to clean up. But the ball, like I said, the ball's moving. Everybody's getting easy shots.
Thanks for your time, Moose. All right, that's Greg Monroe once again. 8 points, 5 rebounds in 10 minutes in the first half. Coming up, we'll send it back to our Fox Sports Wisconsin studios where Jeff and Tony will have a breakdown of the first half. It's the Bucks 56, Bulls 37 at half. Welcome back to Chicago, and for the second consecutive night, the Bucks will take a 19-point lead into the second half. Time now for our Hupy and Abraham halftime interview with Bucks assistant coach Greg Foster. Coach, you guys assisted on the 23 made baskets. You guys assisted on 13 of those. Is it just important for you guys to make sure the ball doesn't stick and you can keep doing what you've been doing?
Absolutely. We just got to keep the ball moving. The guys got to keep sharing the ball, and we just got to guard against a third quarter collapse. So, but right now they're looking good.
Thanks for your time, Coach.
Right, thank you.
All right, Jim, back over to you.
For the Toyota leading scores, Toyota brings us the halftime scores. Giannis, we mentioned 16 points. Jabari Parker 5 for 5 from the field. He has 10. Dwayne Wade 9. No Bulls, as you see, in double figures through the half. Both teams with just 5 turnovers. And I think a big factor in the first half, the Bucks have kept the Bulls off the free throw line, just 2 of 4. In their last 6 games, the Bulls have outscored teams by an average of 12.5 points at the line.
Yeah, and when you don't rely on a three-point shot, it's offensive rebounding, it's free throw rate. And the Bulls have 13 offensive rebounds, as you so astutely pointed out to me, Jim. Robin Lopez with 6 of those, so that's an area of concern that the Bucks had better shore up and shore up quickly here in the third quarter.
Taj Gibson picking up the foul. That's his second. You know, I wrote a note down today in preparing for the game that one of the keys again tonight might be how the Bucks control the Chicago bench. They only allowed 26 bench points last night. So far tonight, 4 at the half. 22-4 Milwaukee in bench score.
Well, you know, and really shallow, but I just look at the names on these two benches. McDermott, great player, you know, potentially great player. Valentine, Portis, young guys, Felicio, Kanan, having okay seasons. We got Brogdon, Telelovich, Monroe. We got Terry. We got, you know, those types of guys coming off, veterans who know how to play the game, except for Brogdon, of course, and he's having one of the top rookie seasons in the league this season. So to me, we should be able to dominate this Bull bench.
Brooke Lopez called for traveling. Nikola Mirotic did not play in Milwaukee last night. Bobby Portis getting more minutes. Mirotic has yet to see action in this game.
He struggled to shoot the basketball, but he, you know, his potential to open things up as a three-point shooter, I think this team is missing, especially once McDermott went out the 11 games with the concussion.
Michael Carter Williams still on the mend. Oh, man, up for Henson. Giannis, the assist.
Well, the Bucks get that play at least once a game. Ball screened by John Henson, hard roll down the basket area. Just throw it up toward the cup.
8 points for Henson. And Jimmy Butler gets those two back.
That's a variation of the hammer back screen San Antonio loves to run. The ball starts out on the left wing, little surprise screen on Jabari Parker. Got to do a better job fighting through that against Jimmy Butler.
Offensive foul. Parker backs Butler out of the way with too much force.
Speaking of fighting through, Jimmy caught one. Jimmy cracked corner, and I don't care. Here, nice job on the screen. There's the lob. Nobody protecting the basket area. Robin Lopez, Taj Gibson, no communication. I think the key was clearing out that backside. I'm trying to figure out who's that last line of defender, but he had been cleared out, so there was absolutely nobody for rim protection.
I had to get force in because it's Star Wars night in Chicago. Had to mention that. They build this as the Bulls strike back after last night. Not so much yet. Reaching foul, Rondo. He impedes Parker.
No breakaway. You had Jimmy Butler ahead of the basketball. Smart play by Rondo because the Bucks had a 3-on-1 guaranteed score. So Jabari Parker going to get down there in the post and just deal out some more punishment to Jimmy Butler inside.
Henson sets the screen for Dellavedova. He was looking to the left side. He had Parker and Snell over there, but takes it in, and the Bulls come out with it. Rondo denied. The Bucks had 3 right under the basket. Giannis on the push. Goes to the left hand, and the ball is knocked out by the Bulls with 14 on the shot clock.
I tell you, you know, an unsung hero in this game tonight, John Henson's interior defense. You know, he's not always blocking shots. A lot of times it's just his presence that's causing the opposition to miss inside.
He's starting to apply himself. A little more consistency. That's all it will take for John Henson. Dellavedova wrap around, and the foul keeps Giannis from a hammer down. He still wanted it.
Well, look, Dellavedova penetrates. That defender in the right corner, guard Giannis, has been caught ball watching twice. And Dudley's doing a great job, but Giannis an even better job of just see his Taj Gibson. He's watching Dellavedova make his move, snake to the basket. Giannis just kind of sneaks by him with that baseline cut.
Third foul on Gibson. Own the future this holiday season with the gift of Milwaukee Bucks basketball. With a starting 5 holiday pack, you'll receive tickets to the 5 top matchups that you'd most like to see this season, plus a limited edition ugly sweater beanie for as little as $99. Buy now at bucks.com/starting5. Coach Greg Foster talking with Malcolm Brogdon. A lot of knowledge and wisdom there.
Yeah, and that cut by Giannis, it just doesn't happen. You know, it's not happenstance. I mean, it's something that you pick up in terms of tendencies by Taj Gibson as a defensive player on penetration. A lot of thought and work goes into creating open looks, especially with today's NBA and the sophistication of the defense being played.
Henson takes it at Lopez. He has 10 points.
Hook! Hook! What's up, Hook? Meandering down the lane. I tell you what, you know, he does everything else. I see right-handed, but he's a left-handed basketball player. I don't care what you say.
Rattle out 3 for Butler.
He's his free throws right-handed John Henson, but that left-handed hook shot is becoming a pretty solid weapon for him. Yeah, well, there we go.
Right-handed jump shot.
Right-handed jump. Maybe shoot that left-handed, huh? Just thought the way he shoots that hook left-handed. But he actually knocks that shot down in practice.
Oh, Henson. And that was funny the way Brook Lopez knew the foul was coming before the pass was made.
Yeah, he felt the contact before the ball even got there. But here's Henson, and that's a tough shot because he's all momentum going left. Watch it, Lord. He's got him before the pass gets there. He's got him wrapped up. Let's be called by the officials not to give 2 free throws to Lopez.
Line violation. Chicago.
Keep the pedal to the metal, as they used to say. I don't want to say keep the foot on the throat. The imagery of that is a little too deep for me right now. But keep that pedal on the metal. Keep these guys down. Don't let up. So what happened last night, a little bit of a let up. And there were a little anxious moments. I don't know how you felt about the game last night, but I think they closed it to, McDermott hit a shot to close it to 8 or 9 points late. And I don't want to repeat that, even though this is a solid Bull basketball team.
Well, McDermott did that, and then he passed up a 3 and took it into the paint and turned it over.
Couldn't believe that.
That was crazy. I thought he was going to shoot.
Just knock one down. And Deli did this last night. Wide open 3, about 1 minute and 30 left in the game. So you want him taking that shot anytime he's open.
Butler gets it back. Butler gets it back.
So that's the length of John Henson. Butler didn't even want any parts of that after he picked up the offensive rebound.
Henson again stops Rondo in the paint. Forcing a Wade 3 and a miss. The pass intended for Tony Snell. Wade knocking it down.
Gonna throw that one up instead of through if you're Dellavedova.
Butler dives, ball loose again. Snell on the deck. Rondo got caught in the air. Didn't know where to go with it. Parker knows what to do with it. The Bucks running. The Bucks flushing in the crowd here, starting to murmur. They're not booing yet, but they're not happy with this. It's 66-39. The Bucks are pummeling the Bulls again. Only this time it's on the Bulls.
They're not booing. They're saying Jabari, Jabari, Jabari.
Mom like this.
The key word ought to be dunking on mom right there. Jimmy Butler kind of goes and sideswipes Jabari Parker, who complains to the official about the contact after he had got into takeoff mode. And that's dangerous because any kind of an awkward landing, and Jabari's got some issues or had issues with that knee, so you don't want to even get close to repeating something like that. So he's a little sensitive in that area, and I can understand why.
Yeah, me too. That's the beginning of an undercut.
Yeah, no, and just all it takes is a little bit of a bump for the officials not to blow the whistle. Makes you mad doubly.
My mind just went to Andrew Bogut's injury in Milwaukee. Stoudemire, little touch.
That elbow, that's a gross.
That's a gross elbow injury.
Some elbow, yeah.
And it was a little touch. Wasn't much, but enough.
The heebie-jeebies thinking about it.
Oh, it was bad.
I like that shot by Giannis. He had Lopez once again isolated near the three-point line.
Bobby Portis. John Henson again.
Yeah, look at Hook. Just regulating inside. Just regulating. Just handling all this. I'm handling all this inside. Got it covered.
To the corner shooter. Why not? Tony Snell hits the triple.
Tony Snell came into this league as a shooter, lost a little bit of his confidence, especially last season, still trying to regain that form. It's in there somewhere, baby. Keep shooting it. It'll emerge. It'll come out.
Henson again. He knocked it away from Lopez. Lopez thought he was hit in the face. Reacted as if he was. Giannis wanted Dellavedova in the corner. Rondo able to pick it off. Butler saves it for Lopez, who drops it for Portis. Here's Teletovic and Malcolm Brogdon at the scorer's table. 5:38 remaining in the third quarter.
Bucks got to keep the foot on the gas. You can't let up now. Just got to continue to come with great ball movement, great man movement. Don't get into one-on-one mode.
Portis rebounds the miss by Henson. Greg Monroe joins the pair at the table. Doug McDermott now off the Chicago bench, waiting to get in. The way it goes down, he was fouled.
Bucks need substitutions, and they're about to arrive. They've exerted a lot of energy. Here's Hinton inside with a great block on Bobby Portis. Comes up with the loose ball. Reaches around Robin Lopez on the entry pass down in the post, and just John Hinton is focused and locked in at both ends of the floor tonight.
Here come the replacements. Wade has another free throw coming. The foul on Dellavedova, his first.
And you made that point about the bench of the Bucks being so dominant in that first half, and this is what they've got to do here at this stage. You know, if you don't increase this lead, at least sustain it.
Well, if the Bulls were able to put together a run late last night, you figure they can probably think they could do it at home. And there has to be a run in the Bulls, you would assume. Tony Snell again with a three.
Could this be the breakout shooting game that Tony Snell has so desperately needed as a Milwaukee Buck? He's had a 16-point game this season, but he's got that kind of shooting ability where he can drop a dub on you, drop a dub 5 on you.
He's up to 10 in the game. 3 seconds, 2 seconds on the shot clock. 3 Butler. And a foul as Lopez goes up. And this will be on Greg Monroe.
Okay, Robin Lopez, I'm in the extreme minority in this, but ever since college, and I've known the Lopez twins since they were like 3 years old. Their older brother Alex played against my son in high school. They'd run around the court 3 years old. I've always liked Robin better than Brooke. And Brooke, you know, obviously a much better offensive player. And Robin just plays harder, plays more aggressive, defensive-minded player. It's just me. Again, I know I'm in the minority with that. Everybody loves the offensive ability of Brooke. Give me a hard head guy. Bologna sandwich, some Kool-Aid in this lunch pail. All that quiche, Jim.
Kool-Aid and bologna.
Yeah, I'm not looking for quiche and some Chablis.
Man, I'm in with that.
Looking for bologna, some uneven bologna. Just a big loaf of bologna, just cut uneven.
Fried bologna. Monroe picks up his second foul. It's the Bucks' fourth.
You say fried bologna.
You fry bologna, right?
Yeah, back in the day, of course.
Absolutely.
Of course. It was a delicacy in my household. Oh, just clear that mold off the bread. Let's do this. We hungry.
No crust, but fried bologna.
There you go.
Under 4 minutes, third quarter. Doug McDermott underlays. Monroe, who's playing a little heated right now after those 2 fouls, pulls down that rebound. Teletovic, look to the middle. The Bucks go to Parker. Between the legs dribble and over Jimmy Butler that wanted to go.
Yeah, get him in the office. That's a nice off-the-dribble take by Jabari Parker. You don't mind that at all.
Quick cross drive, score Rondo.
You still got that extra gear. Rajon Rondo even at this stage. And he's so good at kind of change of pace off that dribble. Kind of lulls you to sleep, then explodes by you. 31 years old, been in this league a long time. NBA champion with the Boston Celtics under Doc Rivers.
Parker sees a crowd. They swing it. Tony Snell. Looked like that three had a pretty good chance to go. The Bucks save it. Shot clock reset. Brogdon to the post.
Got time. Don't have to rush things.
Monroe against Lopez. Again, around and out.
That's about the 4th miss for the Bucks. It's just kind of lipped around that rim.
Milwaukee down to 48% shooting as Lopez puts it in. The good news, Chicago at 29. That lifts them above 29 a bit. Snell to the perimeter, Teletovic. He steps into a three, too long.
All right, doors just slightly ajar for the Bulls. The Bucks starting to have difficulty knocking shots down consistently. And you can tell that the Bulls want to amp the level of physicality up in this game. Here's Portis. Here's the Moose. The Moose and Portis going at it. We'll see a lot more of that in the fourth quarter. Get off me, man.
72-48. The Bucks leading by 24. Less than 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Milwaukee trying to jump over 500 again at 13-12. They would do that with a victory. Put number 2 on the Bulls. These teams will play again here on New Year's Eve. We will be with you that night. Marcus will join me. And then on March 26th, it's a 2:30 game in Milwaukee to wrap up the 4-game set.
We'll be ringing up the new year here in Chicago. Now, Rajon Rondo, you know, not ever a really good shooter, but this year really struggling from the free throw line. Worst free throw shooting guards in the league. We're talking about Sean Livingston, Andre Iguodala, Alfred Payton, Rondo at 59%. These are guards. You know, these are guards that are supposed to be able to knock down reliably those open charities.
Well, Rondo came in at 59%. He's 0 for 2 in this game. Jabari Parker called for a foul as the Bucks tried to rebound the missed free throw. Cristiano Felicio is at the line. Here comes Denzel Valentine. Rondo will sit.
So I'm listening to the game last night on TNT, and my good friend Reggie Miller, I love Reggie, but he was so proud of himself because he thought he had the pronunciation down for Giannis' name and kept calling him Antetokounmpo. See, that's how you say Antetokounmpo. Really proud of himself. Yeah. He had the nerve to tweet him. No. Close but no cigar.
Malcolm Brogdon drives, finds Teletovic. That three-pointer rolls over the back of the rim.
God, I said that was a good shot. Get that basket back. Basketball back through the net again. We'll start knocking theirs down.
Portis hits a three.
Keep them back into this thing and getting this crowd into it. It's a 20-point game now, but you know how this league works. Blink an eye. 3 or 4 minutes into the fourth quarter. Comes danger zone again.
Monroe, 2 tries at it. Parker fed him the first time. Back to 22. The Bucks' biggest lead has been 28.
Again, you find out something in your scouting report in your film session. The Bulls' interior defense on the pick and roll has been porous.
Felicio denied. That went off the rim to Brogdon. The Bucks' biggest lead last night was 27, so they've gone one better here.
Felicio Navidad. It's Felicio Navi denied tonight, huh?
And Denzel Valentine picks up his first.
Good move. Good spin move by Greg Monroe. Can't finish. Now it's 4 on 5. Just got to go that way. Good play. Malcolm Brogdon.
That was great play.
That bailed out the Bucks. Monroe got knocked down late coming back. It was a 4 defenders against 5 offensive players. Rim run inside by Portis, what you're supposed to do. But Brogdon battles his way around, gets a piece of the basketball, knocks it off of Portis' knee. Those are winning plays.
By a rookie. Shot clock under 10. Monroe on the elbow left side. The Jet tries to feed Parker. It's knocked out of bounds. 3.8 on the shot clock. 9.3 remaining in the third.
Now it's catch and shoot. And so Mirza Teletovic coming off a screen toward the ball. Brogdon, pretty good catch and shoot guy also.
Brogdon caught and shot. Short, and now Butler from midcourt. That was a pretty good shot from midcourt. The Bucks' lead is 22. They were up by 19 at the half. They have increased it here in the third. 12 minutes remaining to go up 2-0 on the Bulls. time for the fourth quarter shootout presented by Coors. Tricia Wagner of Jefferson has selected Jabari Parker to score the Bucks' first points in tonight. Coors Light fourth quarter shootout. Tricia wins a Bucks media guide and a 4-pack of Bucks tickets. The Bucks leading 74-52. Another big lead against the Bulls. It was the fourth quarter, late in the fourth quarter, when the Bulls woke up last night in Milwaukee. Three-pointer, Bobby Portis.
It's that second open three in a row Portis is able to knock down. But this is where you've got to take advantage, especially with Giannis on the floor. You should have a much superior unit in terms of what the bench is going at.
Jason Terry tries to turn the corner. Monroe all by himself.
Good old reliable Moose. The mid-range jump shot. There's some great offense, taking the ball inside.
He's having a nice game and a good line tonight. 12 points, 8 rebounds, 5 for 11 in 17 minutes.
That's tremendous efficiency.
Portis just throws it up. He had to late on the shot clock. Follows up and scores. Bobby Portis.
And Giannis out of position near midcourt. As that shot was thrown up, you need all hands on deck against still a very good offensive rebounding team, even with this bench unit in between Portis and the bigs in there.
Portis taken with the 22nd pick in the Rashad Vaughn draft. Vaughn was taken 17th. Sam Decker 18th that year. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Giannis spins, gives it up, and Monroe got a couple of tries. He gets it back. This time the shot clock resets. 3 on the way. Brogdon. Giannis has the rebound come right to him. Third time offensively for the Bucks here. 2 reloads. Giannis kind of wants Portis, doesn't he? I should say Felicio.
Yeah, he's got the matchup he wants. Felicio cannot stay with him. And when that happens, it's a mismatch, but you don't have to create for yourself. He created for Greg Monroe.
Under 9.5 to play. To give, go, and get. And Brogdon is fouled on a push.
The old school give and go executed by Brogdon and Jason Terry.
Fouled by Isaiah Cannon, 4th-year player from Murray State.
And an instant offense in college, has had his moments as a professional. Shooting the basketball.
Brogdon. Moose the feed.
But a great cut by Brogdon. Kind of used a swim move to shed Cannon's, the smaller diminutive Cannon, away from him. This is the guy you got to deal with offensively in this unit. And you can see he's a different shooter on the move, Jim, than he is when he's got a chance to get his feet set. Get him on the move, trying to create off the dribble.
Well, he had a lot of fans in the draft.
Should get a weak side jumper available with this kind of a mismatch.
And thrown away. The Bucks thought it was tipped. Timeout. 8:44 remaining in the fourth quarter. Moose has it. Watch the cut. Malcolm Brogdon, 80-57, Milwaukee. The Bucks enjoying a 23-point lead. 8:44 remaining in the fourth quarter. As the Bucks did last night, the Chicago Bulls are remembering Craig Sager. Sager strong. Our hearts, minds, and prayers are with the Sager family. The tribute here tonight in Chicago. The court changed over to the familiar Sager strong T-shirt look.
Yeah, we sat next to each other in Cleveland, and I kind of snuck a selfie of me and Craig and kind of leaned over and said, next time I'm charging you $5 for that. I'm like, for what? He said, yeah, no, you take my picture. This was last season, kind of going through the things he was going through. You know, I didn't want to be like a fan, real thirsty. Can I take a picture, Mr. Sager? You know, but he had a real good attitude, just a real nice human being.
He's a great guy. I remember that. We're sitting right next to him in Cleveland. Giannis on the other end a moment ago, getting to 20 points.
Bulls loading up on the strong side against
Giannis. Giannis set that up. He saw him coming wide open down the lane. Teletovic, he told me last July when he came to Milwaukee, he said, I really do more than just shoot threes. McDermott inside.
Started to see it. Had a little floater baseline last night. Was having a Pat Cummings Vanilla Thunder flashback.
From the
80s. That was the most spectacular dunker in warm-ups I've ever seen. The late, great Pat Cummings. I was talking about that selfie I took with Sager. See, it's kind of a sneak job. You know, I didn't want to get him in there. He's like, I'll charge you $5 next time for that. He's kind of subdued in the outfit that night. Kind of a nice, kind of electric blue suit going on. Sort of that ice pink that he likes to wear.
Paul Zipser on the court. He loses. And then he fouls Giannis. Zipser drafted with the 48th pick by the Bulls from Germany. He's from Heidelberg, Germany. Plays on the German national team.
Is that tantamount to throwing in the white flag? You throw in Zipser? Is that what he kind of represents?
The human victory cigar.
The human victory cigar. Zipser in the game. Played last night. Bucks showing no signs of letting up. Coach Fred Hoiberg maybe like, hey, let's cut our losses, save some energy.
If the Bucks win, they'll be up 2 Zipser in the series.
That's a good one. Love it.
Jason Terry leaves it for Teletovic.
Chris.
Like that decision. Brogdon didn't feel comfortable with the open look. Just run some clock. I feel comfortable with this one. Well, should have took the first one, huh? He's probably been better off.
Teletovic thought he got basketball. The foul called. He got a piece of Denzel Valentine.
And going into the series, Bucks are what, around the 10th hole in the Eastern Conference. The Bulls right around what, 5, 6, 7, somewhere in there. But these two games, I think they pretty much swap places almost. With the Bucks now a game over 500, the Bulls are actually with a game 500 or a game below. So just amazing how much movement can happen.
Well, the Bucks came in tonight in the 8th spot, Chicago in the 6th spot. From 3 through 10, the separation was a game and a half.
Wow, yeah, right. I was saying going into last night, Bucks are even just a bit like 10th spot.
Right.
And now they've.
You can move in a hurry in the East this year.
You can move in a hurry. And that Central Division, that's a tough one.
Let's talk about sizzle or lack of sizzle in the Eastern Conference right now. I think people forget about Toronto. There's plenty of sizzle north of the border.
Yeah, Toronto, I mean, their offensive rating up around.
Oh, Giannis.
They're not quite ready for all that. Giannis going to get a technical foul for doing a chin-up on the rim. Mike Callahan, and I like that call. I mean, I think it's way too much swinging on the rim as it is, and right there.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Not when you're not in danger.
Exactly. Not like there's a defensive player underneath him, and that's more kind of for show.
You're allowed to protect yourself. You're not allowed to showboat like that.
And the refs are even liberal with that. I mean, they allow guys a little bit of showboat, but when you start just doing chin-ups on the rim and counting them out. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, and maybe the officials taking into account the score when you're up 20.
Yeah, but flaunting it and
20 plus.
Rubbing it in your opponent's face.
You're flirting with taunting.
Yeah. You don't want Zipser feeling all bad and down. Take Zipser's feelings into account.
Yeah, he could get a complex.
Yeah.
Valentine.
Right now, you still want to stay sharp, continue your execution. You got the Jet out there running around on some flare screens. You got Moose with an opportunity, some pick and roll, pick and pop opportunities. Still got stuff to work on.
Giannis knew Teletovic was wide open. Three-pointer. late on the shot clock.
Love it. He got stuff to work on. Giannis penetration, baseline. Does a great job drawing a couple of defenders. Mirza right there for the outlet.
The Bucks have 9 3-pointers made. They tend to win when they have 10. I'm not saying they need 10 tonight, but that has been a bit of a benchmark. And by the way, there's a little sizzle in Cleveland. We don't want to deny that. And I think the Bucks are saying. Yeah, and I think the Bucks are starting to fire up the sizzle a little.
Yeah, the frying pan's getting ready to percolate just a little bit. It's popping. The grease is popping. Watch out. Grease is popping. Watch it. Oh.
The lead is 25 with less than 5 minutes to play. Starting to feel a little better, a little safer. Nothing's ever safe. It's time now for the game summary, presented by Menards. You watch this and you'll think it's safe.
Yeah, here's Giannis, 22 points, 11 assists, 7 rebounds. Greg Monroe doing a great job with the roll to the basket. Giannis, the fine delivery. I mean, John Hinton, to me, again, the unsung hero of this game. One of the reasons why the Bulls have struggled to kind of float barely above 30% from the field. Here's that Eastern Conference where, you know, Charlotte, no slouch. The Knicks are playing better. On a bit of a winning streak here lately. Brad Stevens' Celtics, Isaiah Thomas has been out, but they've been able to kind of keep afloat. And, you know, Dan Van Gundy's Pistons, I still think, but once Reggie Jackson, kind of gets back into the flow of things after an extended absence, they'll be a team to deal with. The Milwaukee Bucks, I mean, this night and last night, this kind of effort, this kind of efficiency.
There's the 10th three made, Jason Terry. Well, last night was big because it was on national television, TNT. By the way, that was the first regular season telecast from Milwaukee on TNT since 2002.
Wow.
I'm told.
And that's what having players who are about to break into elite status. Talking Giannis, Antetokounmpo, Jabari Parker. The way these guys have been playing and the style of play with this team.
That's called getting HD footage for the All-Star weekend. Telenovich with a flush.
Now, this is a 2-dunk game for Mirza.
Yeah, we're getting up there now.
Well, I'm just saying, I got to look it up. When was the last time he had 2 dunks in one game?
How about 2 dunks and 3 triples?
Yeah.
Now it's really elite.
There you go. Mirza showing the hops. Lose track of him on the baseline. You see the reach by Felice. He got fouled on the play. Just kind of fought through the contact and threw it down.
Telenovich called for the foul, putting Paul Zipser on the free throw line. Thon Maker will check in, and we have to explain that. We talked about his name change. He did tell us his name was pronounced differently, and then after we pointed that out correctly, he said, but I think I'd rather have it be Maker.
Yeah, you know, used to it. After we started calling him Don Makir, I think he started to understand the marketing benefits of staying with Maker.
Yeah, let's meet your Maker. Let Giannis have all that confusion.
I'm just saying, I'm a shot maker, meet your Maker.
That's called branding.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Makir, you know.
Yeah, you can't.
Don't let rhyme with Makir. Another glass of beer.
Fear.
19, can't do that. Yeah, Fear the Deer, Makir. Not a bad one. Now, you know, if I'm Jason Kidd, I'm telling Rashad Vaughn, I want you to get up minimum 7 shots in the next 3 minutes. I just want you to be aggressive, shooting the basketball.
A travel, Felicio missing. Zipser zipped on that one. 2:58 remaining in the fourth. We're in Chicago and the Bucks are up big. We are back and the Bucks have a very rare big lead late in Chicago. 94-65. They have lost their last 5 games in this building. It is time for Metro PCS Unlimited Performance Tuesday. Cleveland is in Milwaukee. The Bucks beat them the first time in. Wednesday at Cleveland. Then Washington. Washington on Friday, and it will be Washington on the 26th. So more of this consecutive game situation with the same team ahead in the next week or so.
Well, it's a great time to be playing your best basketball of the season. The King coming to town and then headed to Cleveland for the back-to-back with the Cavs next week.
We have witnessed the first NBA basket by Paul Zipser.
Mark this down. So what's today's date? Yeah. Zipster.
He was 0 for 6 before tonight.
Don Maker, nice face up, season opening, pursues, gets fouled, gets to the line. He's an aggressive offensive player. He's only 19 years old, but we've seen him, saw him break the ankle of who was that? The Birdman from the Cavaliers. Chris Anderson. Every time he gets it, I like guys like that, Jim. I mean, you just turn and you're looking to put the defense on the defender on the defense, on the defensive is what I'm trying to say.
Took the feathers off the Birdman.
He sure did. He clipped the wing. But every time he gets it, now he's in triple threat. He's turning. He's facing. He can shoot the long ball. Here's another guy you want to try and expand on his D-League experience, Rashad Vaughn. Get his confidence back shooting the basketball.
Plumlee throws it to Zipser. Under 2 minutes. Felicio to the paint. Zipser kicks it out. Sharon Grant gives it up for Denzel Valentine. They're moving the ball. Zipser unable to score. The Bucks get it. Thon Maker, to be precise. So the Bucks will end a drought of 5 straight losses here in Chicago. They will also end another drought. They have lost their last 7 with no rest. 0-4 this season.
You throw that into the basket of impressive feats for this game tonight. It's not the fact they've won. I mean, it's the fact they've won, but it's just how they just beat down the starting unit. Main guys of the Chicago Bulls 2 consecutive nights.
You know what they've done? They've beaten a little bit of history because this series hasn't gone that way for a long time. Milwaukee has always struggled against the Bulls, and particularly in this building.
Yeah. So that's a great confidence builder. It gives you just an idea of how good you can be when you're playing the game the right way and moving the right way. And you can give a lot of credits to the coaching staff, the things they've emphasized, but really the last couple of weeks in terms of getting this offense back on track. It's paying dividends in this game tonight and last night.
The Bucks led by 30 earlier. They are up by 26.
We see glimpses of the Cavs' victory, the dominance in that game. We've seen glimpses of it, but just 2 consecutive high-level performances are just so impressive. Just something great to build upon.
The Bucks played San Antonio to 1. They've played well against good teams, but never, at least not in my memory, have they had back-to-back beatdowns like this against the Chicago Bulls.
They have opened up a can, the proverbial can on the Chicago Bulls last night on national TV. I thought maybe that was it, national TV, but no, come back in Chicago and do the exact same thing.
This is about a young, talented Bucks team beating a Bulls team that is a veteran team still looking for chemistry. 95-69 the final. The Bucks improved to 13-12. The Bulls are now 500, 13-13. Bucks Live is next.